What up, Juggernaut Strength? Another Q&A here. I got a question from Hulk Sutherland about some weight for distance stuff. He's asking, what are some drills that he can do to work on catching the weight for distance? He's working on pushing it instead of dragging it. This is a good idea that at least you're grasping that dragging it's a really shit thing to do. You can't with the 28, and you're not going to be able to with the 56 for damn sure. So, what I recommend is, basically line drills are going to be your best bet. So, find a line in a parking lot or make a line out on the field, and you're going to, do your first turn like you would out of the back, just your regular cast, and then land and catch, and then from there, you're going to try to have your feet down relatively in a straight line, maybe a little bit closed off with your left in front of the, in front of the right. I would say, if you're landing right foot to inset on your left foot, you're probably pretty good. And if your shoulder should be turned back to catch the weight at about 9 o'clock. And from there, you're going to push the weight down to 6 o'clock, which would be directly the back of the trig, and then sink with your hips and drive off the right leg, land, catch, repeat, so that you can keep driving in a straight line. This is the best thing that you're going to be able to do to get that feeling. Start really slow. Don't try to go really fast on your first turn, because then you're not going to be able to do more than one. So do a couple and just really get a feeling for catching and sinking. You don't really have to drive off the leg as hard for this drill. It's just a catch, sink, and then follow the weight around for the turn. That's going to be your best bet for that drill. I know a couple guys that do a drill where they cast and then catch and then drive and sink and throw the weight into the ground. I've never personally got anything out of that, but if it works for you. The other thing about dragging the weight, a cue, or at least a thought that I think about where people make the mistake, where you're going to get separation between your hips and leg is the weight is going to be behind your hips, not going back at the shoulder, but your hips are actually going to turn, well, your torso is going to turn behind the hips. Your right arm, where it's holding the weight, should almost stay directly out to your side at 90 degrees, and all the height and torque is going to come in the hips. Now you're going to catch and be back at 90 degrees, be back at 9 o'clock where you're going to catch the weight, and your hip should land, facing, on a line perpendicular to 9 and 3. From there, you should be able to sink, accelerate the weight down to the bottom, drive off your legs, and go to the front and finish your throw. That's what I recommend for the weight for distance. Any more questions, hit me up. Thank you guys, and keep throwing far, and I don't know, work harder, do whatever it is you guys need to do. Yay, pep talk.